I begin to look for the touch where I felt the harmony, where I felt the nature, where I encountered God. So then that encounter becomes a memory rather than understanding when we use the term enlightened, or that it's all here within me right now. I can go in and out. I can tap into it at any point, you know? And we were talking at the dinner table last night, and Alex was telling us some stories, boy, but just even when we're talking about stories, encounters, and things that we've encountered, they're already there. They didn't leave you. You can learn how to move right back into them. There's no distance in it. I'm not even talking about a big word from the Lord. I'm not saying that you were slain in the Spirit. I'm not saying that the heavens opened. I'm talking about the time when you were a child and you felt peace. And now you're going through hell and there's turmoil in your soul. Okay? The time when you were a child, there's no distance in it. It was what you experienced was already within you. Does that make sense? You don't have to find it. There's a going in, the eye within the eye. It's already there. You can go in and get that same energy. It was before the program. We're learning who we are before the program. I'm going to play you guys a song later. It makes me really mad. But you guys know I've been just really meditating on what colonization is. And, I wrote this out and I want to develop it. But your mind, our minds have been colonized over and over and over. When you look up the definition of colonization, I actually wrote it down here. I think I wrote the definition. It's the process of establishing control over targeted territories or people for the sake of taxation and to control the resources. Colonized over and over and over, and we forgot. And so when you have a glimpse of who you are, just a glimpse, maybe you're not operating in it, but you have a glimpse, okay? That's the door. That's the opening that you go within. That's the eye within the eye. And then it begins to expand. And it's just a key. I'm just giving you a key because you can have an encounter, but the key is then to hold that truth in front of you. You got to hold it. Because your mind, your emotions, your nervous system, body is attached to this reality. And it'll talk you out of it over and over and over. And so there will be a day that you won't have to just put it in your ears and put it in your ears and put it in front of you. But we are deprogramming from this reality. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier, right? She was saying how her granddaughter just came right up to her and just got it, just like that. We're going to do some really cool stuff with the kids. We're going to teach. She just said, is it okay if I teach them on the chakras? I'm like, yeah, that's all we're going to teach them. We're going to just teach them how to go right into it. But it's taken us some time because we have to deprogram, right? Layers, because our minds were attached. It was our reality. And here's how you know your reaction. Your reaction, what you believe. And so this is why you can be so thankful in the hard times because it's showing you. It's not to condemn you. It's showing you where you're resonating. What we're going to come together and just talk about and go into and go into meditations and go in is to show us and to see what's available. I've been so stubborn that I would have to get desperate. I have it going on right here, but I'm really desperate right here. And so guess what? I'd start encountering God where I was desperate. But now I'm beginning to realize that we're responsible here, and what we do in this earth body changes the earth. There's a reason they said it only needs 3%. There's a level that you begin to resonate. When it talked about the forgiveness of sins, Yeshua just resonated at a certain level that he was able to absorb people at the lower level that were resonating, like under 200. To forgive means to let it go, to uproot the root of their suffering. We are here to let go of a reality. When you let it go, when you're able to release it, it's made me mad. I'll probably clip this out. I always have to edit. That's why we're not doing it live. But it's made me mad, and I usually mean that in a good way, okay? Because I usually have to get irritated to change. But there was things I coached Teresa on, my sister, with her kids, and letting go of these realities and your responsibilities. And then she did it, right? It took her about a year. It was very, very painful. And her kids now are just coming into alignment. Not because she's saying anything, but she opened a portal. She opened a portal that she could go in and out and find substance, find pasture, find energy. And it opened it up in the bloodline. And not just in the bloodline, any of those that recognize that she opened the portal. Isn't that a wine? It's kind of a cheap wine, I think. I don't know. And once you begin to see it, man, it's like, first we don't want the responsibility, but once you begin to see it, how it works. When you open up those doors, you don't have to say anything. It was never about what we said. Thank God. It was where you resonated. And all of a sudden, it starts to awaken them to the truth of who they are. So when I hear Spirit say, after Darren passes, just become your truest self, that sounded really passive to me. I was like, forget peace. I don't want peace when there's hell going on all around me when people are suffering. But I didn't understand what peace was. Peace was it's not just a mechanism, but it's a mechanism in this reality for this body, for this mind, so that I could come to a neutral space here in order to come up to the higher space. I was completely entangled by this reality. And worry wasn't going to get it. When I'm sitting in court once a month with Alex, worry's not going to get it. It doesn't matter how much I emotionally care about something. It doesn't matter. If I can't let that reality go, I can't operate from a higher reality. I'm entangled. You guys know when it said the scripture that said it's harder for a rich man. It's easier for for the rope in the eye. Say it to me. See? All together now. Say it, Elaine. You got it. Say it. Okay, now, what did we learn? The Aramaic word was never camel. Right? The Aramaic word is not camel. Okay? That it's gamelia, and it meant rope. Because the word is just like that. It's just like that. So if you're getting a rope through the eye of a needle, when it's talking about a rich man, it's not even talking about finances. It's talking about rich in one reality. This is my reality. I've set up my kingdom here. You could be rich in knowledge. You could be rich in friends. You could be rich in, I am grandma, and here's what this is what I've established here. You're rich in an identity that's attached to this 3D reality, and the rope has to be, has to happen for a rope to get through the eye of a needle? Untethered. Woo! Good job. Untwisted. That's our name. So is it painful? It's painful when you're holding on to that reality. It's painful for that rich man, that person that's so attached because they're holding on to it. Man, it's a tightrope. How about if I just tighten this rope? Can I get through the eye of the needle? Nope, you got to untwist it, right? And so here all these realities are facing us, and they're painful, and they're gross, and we don't like them, and we want to pray harder, but we have to let it go. Forgive. And I'm telling you, the control in you, the control in me, I had to get on medication. I thought it was love. We're here to prophesy and to move into what we said, and we're here, but to let it go and trust. I think we'll do that. Maybe when we set some intentions and let some things go. And the idea I have is that some of the hardest things in your life you're holding on to, and we were taught to hold on to them. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let me shift this to you. I want you guys to explain a time. You should have this on your phone, some of you guys. A time that you remember or you saw a glance of the truth of you beyond the identity in this reality. And what brought that about? Was it pain, dreams, a knowing? It could just be that, sitting by the ocean or whatever. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe share those glimpses that you're seeing now. I'll tell you what, the biggest thing we fear is the truth of what we're seeing about ourselves. Religion told us it was negative, but it's only glorious, y'all. And then your mind says, I can't do that. And Spirit's saying, that is who you already are. You've already done it. You're remembering. So, you guys have the assignment? All right, go. All right, can you guys find a pause? So I mentioned that light is understanding. It's not understanding just in one reality. It's understanding. It's opening. It's enlightening. You hear all these different terms. Revelation. You turn the lights on. You could be experiencing something, and then the lights come on that you realize you can go in and out. Okay. So the reason I'm talking about light, I believe that light, nura, that's the word for it in Aramaic, nura. That light is the fire of love. It's the same terminology. So that casts out the darkness, that casts out the ignorance. So light, your understanding of different dimensions, of the different realities of the truth of who you are, that's what light is. It is the fire or the passion of the essence of who God is, of the all. And the reason I'm making that statement, it sounds like a lot, but the reason I'm making that statement is there's more understanding coming to us in this next year than we've ever, if we'll make way for it, than we've ever known. The quicker you can let go, the more you're going to have light, enlightenment, light where you can see the lights will come on. But it requires letting go. Even the word, we've talked about this, Nita Kadasha Shamak is holy is your name in Aramaic, okay? Holy, that word holiness means spaciousness, creating space, set apart space. The quicker I create space in my mind and body, not just my spirit, if you will, the truth of who I am already is there. I'm already in it. Okay? The mind, my body has convinced me that it's this. I made this statement yesterday. We started our podcast. I'm really excited. Yeshua gave the power to man, and we've been giving it back for a couple thousand years. We missed the point altogether. It wasn't to strike a dependency on a person outside of us. It was to go within the door. There was only one message, within the door, within the portal. There's entrance that you can go into your own being dimensionally, and you can find energy. You can find substance. You can find pasture. And you can go in and out. You can be made whole, which is sozo. Okay? You'll be saved. It wasn't saved from hell. It's saved from this freaking reality that you're experiencing. The wholeness is already there. I go within, and then I can come back out and manifest it. This statement makes me mad, and it's true that you are experiencing what you believe. Doesn't matter what other people believe. It doesn't matter what the governments are saying. It doesn't matter what the World Health Organization is saying. It doesn't matter what your educational system is saying. Okay? If you attached your belief to it, and that's the responsibility in the deprogramming. And will you feel vulnerable? Yeah. How many of you guys feel really vulnerable? Who am I? That's a really good question. You're not one thing. Define God. I'm going to be defining and experiencing you for all eternity because you're an expression of God. You're not this. You can play the role of a wife. You can play the role of a daughter. You can play the role, but those are actors in a play, guys. We're so much greater than all of that. We're not against that. I mean, that's what I said when I met Breck. I'm like, actors in a play, son. This is the next thing we're doing. What do I need to do to create space in this being to manifest? Where do I need to shift in my belief system to manifest or to solidify what is unseen? So what I'm experiencing, and I hate that. It makes me so mad because there's so much pressure, and this one looks like the enemy. I'm sitting in court, and I'm like, who gave you the authority to? This is what you realize about court is it doesn't matter if you're on the side of truth or not. You have to have a good lawyer and a good case, and you have to play by the rules of the judicial system, and which is crooked. I mean, we know that there's a higher court, but when I would go to the courts of heaven, you know what I mean? And we pushed a lot of things through, but I would usually have to start in levels of fear until I moved into the government that's within me. And then you see the entanglement. I told Alex yesterday, I'm like, okay, if you're just, now that we're paying a really good price for a better lawyer. If you're just now looking to the lawyer, that's just like looking to a Jesus on the outside. Quit giving up your power. It's all within you. It does not matter what grandma taught you. It does not matter what your doctrine was. None of that matters. What matters is what you believe is what you're experiencing. And in the responsibility, you begin to see your connectedness. Okay, so have you guys ever heard of the Hermetica? We're going to study that next year. Very excited. It's thousands and thousands of years before the Bible. A lot of the Bible is just rewritten documents. Yeah, Hermes was later. That was Greek, but it's also Thoth, different ones, okay? But I'm just going to read this to you because in the ocean's wave, which is who you are, that expression of the ocean's whole, if you taste it, it's the same as tasting God. It's the same sustenance, but it's an expression. And you go back into the whole, and you remember, and guess what? You're going to come back another expression. Am I talking about lifetimes? Probably, but in this lifetime as well, okay? The same as the sun. Like I'm saying, the sun, there's beams, there's an expansion. We're the expansion. We're the expression of the all, right? And so in that, when you begin to let go of realities, you can begin to realize your connectedness, and you've never been alone. We were so taught separation in the Western world, especially in Christianity. That's why there's 44,000 different denominations. That's why we fight and we point. In the core of what we've been taught in the programming is separation. I'm looking at Julio. So how do I realize that I'm looking at me? How do I realize? It's in the remembrance of me. It's in the remembrance that I am the I am. It's the same thing. So let me just read this just because it sounds, I just love it. This is from the Hermetica. I thought it was 28,000. I'm going to have to look it up, but it was thousands and thousands of years before the Bible. And then they rewrote this. It was from the Emerald tablets? Yeah. And then they rewrote this. So, and this is Atum. They called the creator God Atum, A-T-U-M. If then you do not make yourself equal to God, you cannot apprehend God. For like is known by like. If you do not understand that you're just an expression of God, not just, you're an expression of God, the same as, you can't ever apprehend it. If you don't let go of the reality of who you think you are, you're not going to fully experience who you really are or experience the all. Leap clear of all that is corporal and make yourself grown to like expansion. Okay, I know some words may lose you, but just sit with it and let it come to you, okay? With that greatness which is beyond all measure, rise above all time and become eternal. Then you will apprehend God. Think that for you too nothing is impossible. Deem that you too are immortal, and that you are able to grasp all things in your thought, to know every craft and science. It's already within you. Everything your iPhone does, it's already within you. Find your home in the haunts of every living creature. Honor begins to come. You begin to love. To know thyself is to know God. To love, the love begins to flow, and then you begin to see yourself in everything, your connectedness. Find your home in the haunts of every living creature. Make yourself higher than all the heights and lower than all the depths. The judgment leaves. That word judgment means to separate, to sort. People say there's no separation. I couldn't get it. What do you mean there's no separation? There's only one thing. So all of a sudden, I begin to see what's broke. What happens if you cut your finger? What happens when you get sick? What does your body go to work doing? Healing the body. So all of a sudden, when I see the connectedness, and I mean from the light, from the understanding of it, I realize that I'm here to heal it. It's not an obligation. It's not a pressure. It's an automatic thing. Does that make sense? Think that you are everywhere at once. That's something. Like literally begin to just see yourself everywhere, and then you're nowhere. And see yourself as nowhere. Bring together in yourself all the opposites of quality, heat and cold, dryness and fluidity. Think that you are everywhere at once, on land, on sea, in heaven. Think that you are not yet begotten, that you are in the womb. Imagine yourself in the womb. That you think that you are not begotten, that you are in the womb, that you are young, that you are old, that you have died, that you are in the world beyond the grave. This is I think over 20,000 years before the Bible. Grasp in your thought all of this at once. This is to know the all. All times and places, all substance and qualities and magnitudes together, then you can apprehend God. The reason I'm saying it, okay, and we're going to go into this and learn some of this stuff, is because you're connected to the all already. Everywhere already. People say they travel through time. There is no time. You can have memories. Maybe you had past lives. Maybe that's your belief. I don't know, okay? But you can still go into every lifetime because God was there. Are y'all with me? Is that a lot? Okay. But if you shut up your soul in your body, here you go. If you decide you are who you are in this body, if you just only struggle with this, if you shut up your soul in your body and abase yourself and say, I don't really know anything. I can do nothing. I'm afraid of the earth and the sea, and I cannot mount to heaven. I know not what I was or what I shall be. Then what have you to do with God? You've cut yourself off. This whole thing is talking about if you hold on to the identity, that rich man, if hold on to the way that rope was twisted and tight and it gives me the strength of my life, it's who I am. If you hold on to that, you know not God. Now, you're going to know. It's not like you're cast anywhere. I'm not saying any of that kind of stuff. But the whole thing is that it's a painful process because I'm holding on to what I thought I was. When I literally, as we begin to heal and create space in our own being, we can experience all. In time and space. We are here to manifest the all in time and space, this time around. Like, what did you come here to do? What did you come here to grow, to manifest, to see? What can you explore in this expression of you? That's the kind of stuff that drives me, and it drives me for you. It drives me for you. You guys, we've been so dumbed down through the colonization of the mind, and our emotions were attached, and we thought we were one thing, and we go through years and years and years of the Course of Miracles, which, you can. It's 365 days of basically realizing this isn't reality. That's what it is. It's really good. Yeah. Dissolving the reality. But it takes a really brave person. Remember, bravery comes before, or courage comes before neutrality. Neutrality comes to the space that you're not holding on to anything anymore. These are the martyrs, whether they live or die. They are going to go for everything that who they are. So I won't play this song because the energy on the song kind of tightens your chest. It's about colonization. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go into that, Elba. Why don't you come on up? That song kind of changes it. The whole thing is step 1, what they do in society. Step 2, step 3, step 4. And we've been in all of them. I don't think I have to prove that point to you guys. Hopefully you understand. And listen, it's a good thing that we begin to understand government control. That we begin to awaken it to it. It's a good thing that we're seeing where things are. It's not getting worse. We're just seeing. Because the light is causing us to see. And honestly, you guys, those scripts are crumbling. They're crumbling. This is one thing I want to say. What I've had to realize is my part in the script. So somebody hurt me, things that were happened to me, life that, all these different things. What part in my mind, in my will, in my body, whatever, is holding that script in place? You think, I forgive you, I bless you, but then you still feel the pain of it. It's what forgiveness is a releasing it all together. So, you guys ready?
Hi. We're going to do something different today. As Sheila's talked about, we are everywhere and nowhere, and, that's a very special place to be nowhere and everywhere. And we have that ability, but as all abilities, we have to train ourselves and see where we are, how we are, who we are, because our energy is our energy. But many times we don't even know how our energy is or where are we. And Well, many uh, teachers and, just like Jesus said, I am who I am, who are you? When you say I am, who are you? It's a tough question to answer who I am. Who am I? And for that, we have to start seeing in many places, like we have done, of course. If not, we would not be here doing all that we do, and we listen and we take notes and everything. But it's also a place of where is my energy? Not only where am I as an energy? Because spirit is inside of us. That's in our breath. That's a spirit. It's in and out, and it's in with us and around us. And let's do let's call it meditation, to like figure out where is the basic me. And it's around this. It's here in the heart. So let's do a meditation where we center ourselves through the breath. Remember that when you breathe better, you live better. If you breathe slowly and little, you live slowly and little. And when you stop breathing, you know what happens, no? So breath is very important. Breath is what keeps us alive, really. So when we do conscious breathing, we're doing a lot, because we're finding out who we are. We are this life that it's in this body. So the better we breathe, the better we get to know who we are. So we'll start with that, and then we will send our love to Father Earth. I'm sorry, Mother Earth. She's having us all around. We have every single day of our lives, she's been holding us with that motherhood. So we're going to send love to her. She's a being also, as we are, but she's a gigantic being and motherly. So we're going to send energy and love to our Mother Earth, and then she's going to give us her love, and we're going to receive it in our heart. And after we have that, then we will go to Father Sky, and we will send Father Sky our love too, because he has always been with us too, since the first day of our lives. And then he will bring his love, he will send his love to us. And we will keep in our heart the love of the mother and the love of our Father. Mother Earth, Father Sky. And then we're going to try to expand that love through our energy field, which is this. And then we will try to expand it more. And that's how we all get to benefit from the love of all of us. And we do, when we're in love, when we open our hearts, which is something very easy to say, but not to do, when we open our heart and we claim the love that we have, we can be anywhere and nowhere. And we definitely are contributing to the world with love. Same thing happens if you're in fear. You're contributing to the world with fear. But we're going to try to contribute in a good way in this crazy world, in this holiday seasons. Let's do our love going out from us. Is everybody agreed to do this? And does anybody have any questions? Well, let's try it. Okay, do we have any music? Okay, we can close our eyes if you want. If not, you can leave them open. And just breathe. Try to be one with your breath. Feel the air coming in and the air going out. You don't need to think about anything if you focus your attention and your mind in your breath. We can give thanks because we're breathing. And try to breathe a little bit slower. Not to the point that it can be uncomfortable, but yes, a little bit slower, where you inhale and exhale with love. Feel the air. The air is in you and all around you. Imagine that you're breathing now through your heart. You're taking air, inhaling through your heart and exhaling through your heart. The air is all around you, and it's also inside of you. Again, every time be more conscious of your breath. It's not somebody else's, it's your breath. You're not competing with anybody. It's just you with you. And you are perfect as you are. And you can feel the love getting inside of you. And you're exhaling also love. Now think about Mother Earth, Gaia. And picture in your mind all the things that you can see or that you have seen in Mother Earth. The rivers, the mountains, the valleys. Be thankful for Mother Earth. She has given you all that you have eaten in your life. She nurtures you. Now, with all that it's inside of you, that you know you're a good person, you know you have love, send Mother Earth your love. Send her love to the center of the earth. And in that action, you can also start breathing and feeling what Mother Earth is giving you back. She's very grateful that you're sending her your love, and she will send you her love, a gift. Maybe let's be quiet for a minute and see if you receive something from Mother Earth while you breathe in and out through your heart. And then, with that love from Mother Earth, we keep it in our heart, and we're aware now of Father Sky. Imagine or see in your mind's eyes all the clouds and the sky and all the stars and the energy that it's in all that universe lighting for you. And send your love from your heart to the sky. And at the same time, receive whatever the sky wants to give you. And it's a two-way river of love from the sky to your heart. And now, see how your heart has expanded, and feel the love inside of your heart. And in that quiet space of your heart, ask a question. Whatever question you've been wanting an answer, ask a question and keep on breathing, and notice that it might come the answer to your heart. Keep on breathing. And now recognize, be aware of the air around you and the love around you. Be aware of the love inside of you and expand that love from your heart to the borders of your body. And imagine that there's like a big beach ball, and it's every time it's expanding and it's expanding, and you're surrounded not only by air but by love. Be aware of the bliss that you have inside and around you. You are perfect the way you are. You are love, and you're here to contribute with love to all humanity. Feel how you are a very powerful motor of love. Expanding, expanding, expanding. Now from that place, and with an open heart, filled with Mother and Father Sky and Mother Earth, feel the love. And now, smile and be grateful because you're breathing, because you're alive, because you have legs, arms, because you have love. Be thankful for being in this planet. Thankful for your life, family, friends, community. You are loved, and you are contributing with love to humanity. Whenever you want, open your eyes and you can comment with the ones in your group.
We're watching in the middle of whatever we're walking through. We're watching a 3-year-old, now 4-year-old, find her breath, calm her nervous system, go within. I don't like the process. I don't like the process that she's in at all, but finding a deeper space at 3 and 4 years old. And so that excites me. And I want you guys to know, there's a lot of people that, that listen online and stuff, but that it's not about more knowledge. It's okay if you're not reading more books or listening to more stuff. It really is in the willingness to let go of realities that you've held on to. Like, when we came to this country, I say when England, they came and I heard a guy say, how do you discover America? Like, I go to your car and I discovered your stereo because you weren't there. But anyway, basically we know what colonization looks like with the people that were here, right? So they are like, this is what Christianity, this is what civilization should look like, and they take away all their culture. But these people may have never read a book, spoke the language, but they already understood. It all comes down to the heart and the opening of it. And we are script writers. We're script writers, you guys. If you can let go of the script I want you to ask yourself, what are my temporal beliefs and what are my beliefs that I know I won't let go of? And just be aware of it. When Alex had an encounter with Darren about a year after he passed, and he said, and you guys knew, he's scripture and verse, he had like a photogenic memory, like he taught line upon line, okay? He said, nothing is as it seems. I promise you, these beliefs we're holding on so tightly are going to be loosened anyway. So the sooner we're willing to do this, and you'll feel the fear because that was what you thought your foundation was, okay? But as soon as you're willing to do this and you're just with an open heart move into trust, people say trust the universe if you want to say it like that. I mean, let's just wake up. There's harmony. Somebody's in control. I didn't put the stars in place, and I didn't cause gravity to happen. The small I, and so if you could trust that, I don't care what you name God. Okay, it's letting go of that small reality in order to experience more is the key. It is the key. Now with what I've done is I've brought things in to create a grid, and I love to laugh at myself. I laugh all the time, and you don't know what I'm laughing about, right? Most of the time it's of my own thoughts, and learn to make fun of yourself. These beliefs that have to be a certain way that you're holding on to, if you'll learn to laugh at them and you realize, oh, wait. I mean, I always would say, it was kind of an ongoing joke, and we're done, okay, that I don't think Nicolas Cage is that great of an actor. I'm sorry, but because he's kind of the same character in every movie. So a movie would end like Gladiator when we've been doing this for years. So when Gladiator first came out, we're like, man, that would have been better with Nicolas Cage. We'll just like name it. And it'd be the Notebook. Oh, Notebook. Oh, it got my heart. It would have been better with Nicolas Cage. You know what I mean? But the point is, you don't want to see an actor act the same as they did in the last movie when it's a new role. And so what I begin to say when we were having dialogue like, oh, this person's so negative or this is my issue. Okay, you're manifesting it then because you're claiming it in this role. You're a Nicolas Cage. It's a whole different script. And you're the script writer. And so you begin to say to yourself, not anymore. Here's my patterns. I'm looking for how to help in my patterns. Oh, I don't have a pattern anymore. And it's in the letting go. And what I have to do, you guys, most of the time I say it and then I have to walk into it. And I say it in order to walk into it. Because I know it's there for me. It's here for me, right? And I would just start going, not anymore. I was so convinced I was something that I wasn't. Isn't that funny? Don't you guys think? You guys probably love Nicolas Cage and you're just stuck on that. So sorry. And if it's a little bit different, we did 2 different times. We've done the marriage of the masculine and the feminine inside of us, okay? Or the kind of verbiage. Today it's father, mother, but we're talking about the masculine and feminine energy is what creates. I learned a new word. I'll edit this out. I had no idea what prophylactic meant. My sister was telling, you guys know what that means? It's birth control. Okay, so your mind, I thought, how can I use this in a sentence? Your mind has been the prophylactic of the creation that's trying to come through the feminine and the masculine energy. Your mind is the blocker. I literally have never heard that word until last week. I've been a little sheltered. My sister had never heard it, and she worked at a pharmacy, and somebody asked for it, and she thought it was like heartburn stuff. I don't know. She was like, I don't know. But the reason you're not creating that space, and the reason we're going to keep practicing like we just did with Elba is going there, because you're meant to manifest heaven and earth. That's what you're a conduit for. But this smallness of my thinking has been a prophylactic. It's been a blocker to the creation. So what do you want to create? So I say to Brick all the time, what do you want to create now? Doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your gender, your ethnicity. None of it. Doesn't matter if you have money. You do have money. What do you want to create? It doesn't even matter how you think up until now if you're willing to let that go. What do you want to create? Let's not block it, man. What Elba was having us practice is the masculine and feminine of God. It's what creation is. That was separated. The first separation happened there, where we quit creating. Y'all out there? All right. I'd love it. I'm just excited about the kids, and then the younger they are, that they can just begin to move right into it and just get it. Just let it go. This is, who are you? Mrs. Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. So I'm going to share something that just happened with us, and it unraveled as it was happening. But everything that you see is not what you see, right? So I was telling them about a story when I was in New York City with my sister and my daughter. I'd taken her there. She was 18. She'd graduated high school, and that's where we took her. And we were in New York, and we're walking around, and my daughter's used to live in a lot of fear. And we're walking the streets of New York, and it's after we'd gone to see Wicked, and we were out, and it was late, and it was cold, and we're walking, and my daughter's always holding on to me. She's 18, she's holding on to me. And we're walking, and all of a sudden we turn this corner, and we're walking, and there's nobody on the streets. And you could kind of feel a difference in the atmosphere, you know. And we're walking, and the only person that was there was a man, and he was standing on the other side of the street, and he was in a long trench coat. And my sister went, oh, you know, okay. And my daughter holds on to me. I'm like, hey, we got this. It's all right. We got this. And as we walked, we're walking down this sidewalk, and he's over here, and he catty corners where he's at, and he walks straight to us, and he's got his hands like this on his trench coat. And he walks by, and his head's down. And as soon as he walked past us, he said, y'all need to get on out of here. And that's all he said, and he kept walking. And I realized I changed who that man was, because I was not in fear. I was like, we got this. We're good. God sent him to us to warn us where we were going, because we were going in somewhere bad, I guess, you know. And as I'm telling them, all of a sudden I realized there was more to it than that. Because when my daughter, same daughter, was born, she was born with multiple birth defects. Her story's crazy. She was in the hospital 5.5 months before she came home the first day. Told me she'd never walk or eat by herself. It was crazy. And when she was in ICU, and she was on a ventilator and pulse ox probes and everything, she was crazy. I had made this homemade mobile that was black and white, and it had pictures of my husband and my other daughter and me and my family, and it was all black and white because you can only see in black and white when you're a baby, and red, and there's a few little things of red in there. And one day I came to the hospital, and every day I went to the hospital, every day, 5 months and 17 days, every day but one, every day. And it was a long drive. And when I got there, the secretary at the desk goes, oh, hey. She said, somebody dropped something off for you. Okay, what was it? And she said, well, it was this cassette tape thing. And I had a little cassette player. If y'all don't know, you young people back there, it's kind of like DVDs. And you put a cassette in and you play music. But I had a little bitty player in my daughter's bed in the ICU. And I had a note that said, flip it over. And I made those nurses flip it over and play this tape. And it was a healing tape. And I said, well, who was it? And she goes, I don't know who this man was. And she said, he just said he didn't know you either. She said he just knew that this gift was for somebody with a homemade mobile. She goes, well, there's nobody else that had anything in here, so I knew it was for you. So, well, what did he look like? And she goes, well, it's the weirdest thing. She goes, he was in a long trench coat. And I was just telling them this when this hit me. This is years before y'all. She said he was in a long trench coat. And she said, but weirdest thing was, She said he had bright red hair. She said, I've never seen anything like it. And if you know my daughter, she's obsessed from the time she could speak with redheads. She has talked about redheads her whole life. She wants to have ginger kids. She wanted to marry Ed Sheeran because he had red hair. I'm talking obsessed with it, y'all. And it just hit me. I'm like, I have a trench coat angel. Like, that's so cool, because that's the same daughter that was with me in New York, y'all. And I could have looked at that and been in fear of that man, thinking he's fixing to attack us, right? And he would have felt your energy. But I was like, no, we got this. And God sent him there too. And I mean, we're walking down, and as soon as he said, y'all need to get on out of here. And as soon as we did, we turned the next corner, and about 2 blocks, all of a sudden there were people everywhere. And we were in safety again. So I just wanted to share that. Everything is not as it appears. Most people think somebody in a trench coat's going to rob you or hurt you. But what if it's your angel? Isn't that cool? That just happened? Isn't that cool?
Yeah, there's an increase of, there's a lot of beings that are here helping us, you guys, right now to awaken. Because we're attached. So, anybody else want to say something real quick? All right, I'm going to play this song. Go ahead and play the song. We're cute. It's kind of a bummer, but this is just one layer of, we're going to end it on a negative note. Just kidding. This is just one layer of colonization, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years of colonization. And we are remembering, we have a key because we were taught even to go within into the all. Okay, so go ahead and play that for us out loud. You guys may have heard this. The thing is, we're not like dreading the big bad government, okay? When the Malkuta, we're going to end on this note. When the Malkuta, the kingdom, Yeshua came and said, there's a kingdom within you. That's the ICAN, that's the empowerment, that's the all. It's all within you. That's how he operated in the earth. And then when they began to put things together, the scriptures together, even 300 years later, they took that feminine, that it's a feminine word, even to find pasture is a feminine word, energy to go within. They had to take the government of man out and put it on the outside, or man would produce from heaven. You cannot rule over somebody that understands that they're ruled from within. I cannot tell you who you are when you understand you're a creator. So that's just one layer of it. That just gets me going. So I love you guys.